Alrighty, what's going on everybody? Ninja Star here, and today we are back at it again with our One Piece video for you all. Now, today's One Piece video is going to be once again talking about the new upcoming One Piece game, One Piece Dawn. As they like to call it, it's kind of the official title we have so far. And in this video, I want to basically talk about an idea that I had presenting to you guys about this game. Now, ever since the release, ever since this game was announced and everything on Gematsu, we haven't really gotten any new info for it. So, we can't really make any news videos or anything like that, but in this video I actually have a really interesting kind of speculation slash idea that I really think could be interesting if it's implemented into the game, depending on how it's basically based on Oda's involvement with the game. And the topic here, if you didn't already see the title and thumbnail, One Piece Project Dawn's original story mode. I think it's a fair chance to say that One Piece Project Dawn is probably going to have a story mode. Now, we've seen in the past for One Piece games, they have a story mode one way or the other. Whether it's covering several arcs, just covering like the major events from each one, whether it's just covering one arc, whether it's an original story that to be honest isn't even that great, but whatever, whether it's something like that, One Piece games do generally have a story mode, and I think this game will be no different than the others, because even though it has a completely new, like never before done One Piece like feel to it and stuff, I think it's safe to say it's going to be like an open world type game with an original story, depending on how Oda's involved, like I was saying earlier. So basically my idea for this is, you remember how earlier, on Gematsu and stuff, is that Eiichiro Oda is going to have some sort of involvement with the game. A lot of people were excited about this announcement, like, oh my gosh, Oda's going to be like writing the story and stuff, this is going to be dope. And, that's kind of what I thought as well. I was hoping for that to happen, but I don't know if that's going to be the case, to be honest, because due to the fact that, Oda has technically been involved in the previous One Piece games to make sure it's approved, make sure it feels like the show, make sure everything's accurate and stuff. Oda's been there. He was there for Burning Blood. He was there for Pirate Warriors, everything like that. He's there to approve everything, make sure it's fine. And, Toei and Shueisha are going to be there for licensing as well. So it all comes down to that. It's not really like... Of course, Oda didn't write the story mode for Burning Blood, like, they based it off the manga, so, of course, there we go right there, just Oda gives the okay. So, right after that, it got me thinking, like, maybe this time around it might be a little different. What if Oda actually has more involvement than he did with the previous One Piece games, and is actually writing the main story here? Now, Oda, we all know Oda, if any of you have ever seen One Piece, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, but in case you haven't, Oda's a brilliant writer. We all know this. Oda is so fantastic with his elements that he can even make like a little short story or short arc really interesting with a lot of new information, with a lot of fun moments, with a lot of interactions, stuff like that. Oda really does write stories well, and he's so gifted at that, and I think if he writes like an original story for a One Piece video game, it's gonna really be interesting to see how they do it. It's almost like as if it was like its own like side story, like an OVA or a movie or special or anything like that. Kind of like, like One Piece Film Gold, Film Z, something like that. Like an original story mode. Doesn't need to be like an entirely new arc or anything. It can just be in a new story that we've never really seen before, explored into. It could be really interesting, maybe a few hour game. And Oda's gonna have a lot of time involvement with it. At least I hope so. And if he really does end up writing an original story mode for this game, then that means that this game we don't have to run through the previous One Piece story arcs. Now, don't get me wrong, we all love the One Piece story arcs, especially like the earlier ones as well. Like, I'm sure watching Skypiea, watching Alabasta, watching like Water 7, all this stuff, I'm sure that was fun for us all. But either way, and playing it like in a game will be cool and all, but how much better would it be to see an original story that we've never seen before and we're experiencing for the first time, almost as if it was a movie or a mini arc or something like that? That would be so dope. And I think I trust Oda well enough to fit in some great elements into like the short amount of time that he has within the game, and it can be really expandable with how he approves everything. Like the game's going to be very open world-esque, very focusing a lot more on like the environment, a lot of world building as well. And I think and to combo Oda's like brilliant storytelling and the graphics of whoever is developing this, we're not entirely sure. We obviously know Bandai's going to have some sort of involvement with publishing it, but whoever's working on like the backbone for this, I think either way, I think they're gonna do a good enough job on it, because the thing is, the gameplay can be awful for all we know. But either way, if the story mode's really fun to go through, if they do focus on the open world aspect quite a bit and stuff, it can still be good nonetheless. And top it all off with the anime OST, because as according to Gematsu, of course, in that same post, this new One Piece game, Unprecedented one, is going to have anime OST. So that's fantastic to think about, considering it's gonna go really well. Because we don't really seen that with other anime games, like I was saying in my One Piece Project on announcement video. But it would be really interesting for this new original story to also go well with the old music that we were used to, we love. We can never get sick of hearing. It's gonna be really interesting if that comes down to it. Who knows? Maybe Oda won't even have that big of involvement with this game. Maybe it'll be like the previous games, no different, anything like that. I personally wouldn't. I prefer if Oda was writing the original story, but either way, I'm still really excited for this game and how they handle it and stuff. Of course, we still don't have a release date. Like I said earlier, we haven't really gotten any new info since what Gamatsu announced, on their website and stuff, and we haven't really gotten any new info or anything like that, so we can't really make any news videos, as YouTubers. But either way, we can still make these fun speculation videos, and I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on this One Piece original story idea as well for Project Dawn. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and Ninja out. Peace everybody, and have a good day.